As you know, we partner with the Peoria Pops Orchestra. They've been doing this now since 2012. And occasionally, Heather has students who join the orchestra. And she asked me, hey, we have a student, and we would love for her to be honored on her senior night. And I said, absolutely. So while your musicians are coming up, Heather, I'm going to hand the mic over to you.
I promise we'll make our exit as quickly as we can after we get done. We know there's a lot of seniors and we take up a lot of the stage. But we have one of our cellists, Anya, who has been playing with us since Fiddler on the Roof, I think, was your first one. Oh, Little House on the Prairie, goodness. I was like, about 6, 8 shows that you've done here at Peoria Christian. It's crazy how much that she's grown as a musician, came in pretty timid and not really sure how a pit orchestra worked or even how a full orchestra worked, but really made improvements and showed great talent as you grew up and moved over the years. And so we thank you very much for playing with us at Peoria Pops and wish you the best at your college career.
And these musicians come willingly for a crazy time, but we are so honored to work with all of you. And so thank you, and thank you for coming and being a part of us as well. Let's give the orchestra a round of applause. Amen. While they're doing that, parents, I want to give my appreciation to all of you, because on Monday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, and Saturdays, you let me borrow your kids for a lot of time, and you don't complain about it. You just trust me to take care of them, and I want to thank you. So before I recognize the students, can we give a round of applause to the parents? Elijah Burton, come on over with your mom and dad. This is Elijah Burton, still blocking you. Elijah, you joined the high school drama team as a crew member in the musical The Wizard of Oz. I knew it would not be long before you would be joining the cast of a future show when you became so excited to wear a white tuxedo coat with tails, just so you could push Glinda, the good witch, in her bubble. And let's not forget your dancing backstage every chance you could during The Wizard of Oz. When you agreed to join the cast of Christmas Carol, I was thrilled. You never faltered in learning challenging choreography, and your role as Mr. Fuzzywig was indeed fun to watch. Fast forward to your deep dive into the cast of Horizons of Gold, learning new, even more complicated choreography and raising the bar on your vocal skills. All these things combined have made your stage presence unique and very special. Elijah, if I could look into your future, my prayer is that you will always seek the Lord. My wish for you, Elijah, is that your relationship with God becomes the truest foundation of your life. May you learn to recognize his voice above all others, trust his guidance even when the road feels uncertain, and discover that walking closely with him brings a peace and confidence no stage applause could ever match. I wish that wherever God leads you next, you would courageously use the gifts he has placed within you for his glory. Just as you stepped into new roles with willingness and joy in drama, may you continue to step out in faith, knowing the Lord delights in you, using your obedience to bless others and grow his kingdom. My prayer is that you will always remember that you are deeply loved, not only by those who have supported you here, but by God himself. When life feels overwhelming or success feels fleeting, may you return to him, finding strength, purpose, and a reminder that your life's truest meaning is found in belonging to him. And I love you. Thank you for letting me be here. Matthew Calhoun. Mom and Dad, come stand. You can come stand with him. He is your son. I only took him on loan. Okay. Matthew, when I look back to meeting you for the very first time, I am in awe of the awesome young man you have become. I recall it was the night before auditions for the musical Beauty and the Beast, and I received a text from a woman I had never heard of, your mom. She was interested in Beauty and the Beast, but I explained that with the auditions being the next day, you might feel more comfortable if I just placed you in the ensemble, but not you. You showed up the very next day ready for your audition. That determination has served you well on this stage. You have been a storyteller, a rabbi, a lion, a farmer a couple of times, a cantankerous father in Oklahoma, Charlie Brown, and Scrooge. Each character has left an unforgettable mark on this stage. Whether you made the audience laugh or cry, you did so all with the purpose of giving God the glory. Matthew, you have been a steadfast leader among our drama team, always encouraging and supporting the younger cast members. You are wise beyond your years, Matthew, and I have been impressed with your insightfulness. My wish for you, Matthew, is that your walk with God remains the compass for every season. As you step into new environments and responsibilities, may you continue to seek His wisdom first. I wish that you will continue to lead from a heart anchored in Christ. Just as you have encouraged and uplifted those in your drama family, may God use your humility, integrity, and steady faith to influence others for good. My prayer is that you will always find your confidence in who you are in God, not solely in your achievements. When challenges arise or choices feel heavy, may you return to Him, drawing courage and peace from a relationship that assures you that you are known, called, and deeply loved by Him. And I love you, Matthew. Thank you for letting me be your director. Adriana Clark. Adriana, you skirted into our drama team via needing service hours. Yes, you can get service hours if you want to join drama. Okay. All right. You were a lifesaver for Tammy as you assisted her with costumes during a Christmas carol last fall. You spent many hours hot gluing things, and that help was greatly needed. I was truly overjoyed when I saw you sign up to join the cast of Horizons of Gold. And your performance as Alice has been fun to watch. Though you are not the first senior student to join high school drama and then tell me you wished you had joined sooner, I was thrilled to have you say it. I don't know if you realize the impact you have had on my life in the very brief time you have been a part of this drama team. I don't think you fully understand how special you are to all of us. Sometimes I think the devil sits on your shoulder and tells you that you're not worthy and there's nothing special about you. Don't listen. If you hear me say one thing to you tonight, one thing that you will recall when you hear those lies is that you are a precious child of God, and He intentionally created you for a purpose, a design only for you. My wish for you, Adriana, is that your relationship with God grows into an unshakable source of truth in your life. When doubts or discouraging voices try to tell you you are not, may you return to Him and be reminded of who He says you are. You are chosen, created with intention, and deeply treasured. I wish that you would learn to rest confidently in God's presence and trust His purpose for your life. As you step into new seasons and ride horses and whatever else you have planned, may you know that the one who designed you walks ahead of you, guiding each step. My prayer is that you will always see yourself through God's eyes. When confidence feels shaky or the world pressures you to measure your worth, may your heart be anchored in Him, because God delights in you, and we all are so thrilled to have had you on this stage, and I love you, Adriana. Jonathan Cobble. Jonathan, Jonathan, Jonathan. I gotta tell you, I have been doing this drama thing on this stage for over 18 years, and son, you are the hardest working student I have ever known. Your work ethic and commitment to excellence cannot be matched. You have been an integral part of our stage crew and one I know I could count on to get the job done. But even though you have been an excellent crew member, you are also an excellent castmate and crewmate. Your willingness to be a munchkin, he's up there, duck. See him down there? There you go. Okay. Your willingness to be a munchkin standing out as one of my all-time favorites. Okay, I know how much you enjoyed wearing that lederhosen within your heart. While your heart may have been backstage on the crew, the characters you created made all our hearts happy. I hope you know how many of the people currently standing on this stage admire you. I hope you know that you have impacted all of us in positive ways, and we are better for it. My wish for you, Jonathan, is that your relationship with God continues to shape both your strength and your stillness. Just as you have shown unmatched dedication and work ethic, may you also learn to seek the Lord in moments of rest, trusting that He values who you are in Him even more than what you accomplish. I wish that you will always invite God into your work and your calling. May you discover that excellence honors Him most when it's paired with humility, and that the Lord delights not only in your faithfulness to tasks, but in your faithfulness to walk closely with Him. My prayer is that you will learn to find balance through your walk with God. When the drive to achieve feels strong or pressure weighs heavy, may you turn to Him for renewal, remembering that God offers rest for your soul and invites you to trust Him with both your efforts and the outcomes. Jonathan Cabo, I love you, and I'm going to miss you so much. Maya Collings. Maya, for joining the crew of Horizons of Gold, you should be wearing a hero cape. Even though you took a few semesters away from the stage, having you back on crew for Horizons made all the difference. Looking back, you first began as a crew member during the never-to-be-gotten 2022 Beauty and the Beast musical. What an introduction to the stage crew you had. Even with an illness that spread through our drama team, the 2022 crew pulled together and literally made the set dance. Fast forward to the Little House on the Prairie, which required 13 crew members. There were so many moving parts to that set, and the crew literally had to create a train of prairie wagons in less than 30 seconds, right in front of the audience. Your organization skills, along with others, helped make those scenes go smoothly and efficiently. Your hardworking nature has been an asset to our shows, Maya, and I have been so blessed to get to know you. My wish for you, Maya, is that your relationship with God remains steady. As you step into new responsibilities and new places, may you keep returning to Him. I wish that you will always recognize the value of your work, even when it happens behind the scenes. Just as your steady, hardworking spirit helped carry big productions, may you continue to use your gifts with confidence and humility. And my prayer is that God will guide your steps and fill your heart with courage and joy. When you feel stretched, uncertain, or overlooked, may the Lord remind you that you are known and loved by Him, and may He surround you with people who encourage you as you follow His call. Thank you for coming back. You made my day. I love you. Nick Dolan. Nick, you also joined high school drama in your freshman year. You started out as crew, but I think you will agree with me that I have been relentless in asking you to also join the cast. You are an awesome actor, Nick, even though we didn't like you tonight. As I recall the memorable characters you have played, a German soldier in Fiddler on the Roof. Russian? Oh, sorry. Thank you, okay. A Russian soldier in Fiddler on the Roof. The Wizard of Oz himself, and now Lawrence in Horizons of Gold. You defined each character and developed mannerisms unique to each character, and that sort of talent cannot be taught. But even though your skills as an actor cannot be questioned, I know you have enjoyed most of your time at the tech booth. Mastering the soundboard is not an easy task. Trying to keep up with so many actors' voices is a huge challenge, but you have done an amazing job. Nick, you have left an unforgettable mark on our stage and off. Your fellow castmates have great respect for you. We all have enjoyed your performance more than you will ever know. May life give you rooms worth listening to. You've spent hours in the tech booth shaping what the audience hears. I hope you find mentors, friends, and communities where you're not just running sound, you're being heard, known, and encouraged. May your gifts stay playful and brave, not pressured. I hope you will think about pursuing theater if that door opens. Whether you're stepping into a character or solving a problem behind the curtain, I hope you keep the curiosity that makes the courage that makes you try again, and the joy that reminds you why you joined high school drama in the first place. And my prayer is that the Lord will tune your heart to his steady voice. When the world gets loud, when opinions compete, when the next step feels unclear, may God give you wisdom, clean direction, and quiet confidence so you can walk forward in peace and use your life to bring him glory. I'm going to miss you, and I love you.
Thank you, Debbie.
Ariana Hedgepath. Ariana, the first word that came out of my mouth is, girl, you joined drama just last fall, but the mark you have left on this stage cannot be understated. What a dramatic senior year you have had. Let's talk about your job as a stage crew member in Christmas Carol. You were the only girl back there, but that did not stop you. I don't think you fully comprehended the chaos that ensues when stage rehearsals first begin, and then the well-oiled machine that it soon becomes. Having you as part of the Christmas Carol crew was truly needed, but I already had my eyes on you for the spring show. I was so happy you agreed to join the cast of Horizons. I know this was something well out of your comfort zone, but young lady, you have done a wonderful job. I recall our first choreography rehearsal, and you had that deer in the headlight look like, you want me to do what? But you rose to the challenge, and just look at all of you accomplished on the stage. And even though you have already told me your preference would still be on crew, I am here to tell you that in front of the curtain or behind, you have been unforgettable. May you keep saying yes to brave things. You stepped into drama late, walked straight into a whirlwind, and still chose courage. I hope you carry that same boldness into every new room, trying what's unfamiliar and learning how to fly. May you find your place, whether it's the spotlight or quietly making the whole show work. If your heart prefers crew, I hope you never feel less. Some of the strongest people are the ones who study the stage for everyone else. May you discover the joy of doing what you're made for, the confidence to choose it without apology. And I pray that God will meet you with his calm in every anxious moment. When you feel the deer in the headlights, rush again. When change hits fast and expectations feel loud, may the Lord remind you that you are not alone, that he goes before you, and that his strength shows up exactly where yours runs out. I love you so much. Congratulations. Jacob. You are the giant with a great big heart. Your journey on this stage has left me with countless memories. When I first met you, Jacob, all I saw was this tall guy with tremendously big feet. And I must admit, my first thought was, how do we ever teach him to dance? So So what do? We throw some of the most challenging choreography we could find with a little song called Gaston. Come on, admit it, you really loved it, right? But you never gave up, and that has been your steadfast stance on this stage. You have played so many roles on this stage. Each one has refined you, pushed you, led you to be an outstanding leader on this stage. You filled all of our hearts in your role as Snoopy, grew our imaginations as the ghost of Marley and the ghost of Christmas Present. While playing a leading man with a romantic storyline in Horizons of Gold made you feel a bit awkward, your role as Bo has been the most unforgettable. I will miss you on this stage, Jacob. You are a gentle giant that has filled my heart with joy that overflows. I could go on and on about your performances, but do you know what I will miss most? After every rehearsal, whether I was way across the gym, whatever I may have been doing, you always would call out, "Good night, Debbie." You may not have intended it, but I came to expect it. I have been delighted to be your drama mama. Jacob, you are this extraordinary human being, and I am so thankful to know you. May you keep your gentleness as you grow into strength. The world will reward noise and hardness, but your quiet steadiness has been a gift to everyone around you. I hope you never trade tenderness for toughness. Instead, may God shape you into a man whose strength feels like shelter to others. May you build a life that matches what matters most, not with what impresses most. Applause will fade, roles change, and seasons end. I hope you choose the kind of work, friendships, and habits that will still feel true when the lights go down. My prayer is that God will meet you with hope when life gets heavy. In the moments you cannot fix, cannot carry, or cannot understand, may the Lord be your help, near, steady, and strong. May He lift your eyes to what is true. He is still at work in your life and fill you with hope that holds even the hardest circumstances. I love you. Abby Johnson. Abby, there are some students who walk onto this stage and you know almost instantly that God is going to use them to bring light. I still remember hearing you sing for the first time in The Little Mermaid. You were this punky little fourth grader, and I was passing by during rehearsal when that voice, full and fearless, rose up, and I stopped in my tracks thinking, how is that big old sound coming from that little fish? But what has stayed with me even more than your talent is the way you carry it. You never needed the front. You never chased the praise. You showed up with a willing spirit, ready to serve the story, ready to support your castmates. You were ready to do whatever the show needed, and Abby, that kind of humility is rare and it is beautiful. Yes, you have played many leads on this stage, and you have made many of them look so effortless. But you also made it clear that it was never about the size of the role. You just wanted to be a part of what God was going to do in this drama family. You were the kind of person who helped make the whole room steadier. I think about the spring of 2023 when we graduated so many seniors. I sent out an email to the underclassmen asking who was coming back. Abby was the only one who signed up right away, and there were weeks in between when no one else signed up. I remember telling Larry, if Abby is the only student, we will make a show just for her. And I meant it. Not because you needed a spotlight, but because you brought something that can't be manufactured. Sincerity. You don't perform for applause. You offer your gift back to the Lord, and you let Him take the glory. Being your director has been a gift to me. I have loved being your drama mama, and I'm going to miss you more than you probably realize. So here is what I want to speak over you as you go. I wish you a life that stays soft, a life where your kindness doesn't get hardened by disappointment and where your joy doesn't get crowded out by pressure. May you keep that pure, steady yes in your spirit that once says, I'll show up, I'll try, I'll love the people well. I wish you courage for the ordinary days, not just the big, exciting moments, but the everyday ones when you're pouring yourself out quietly. May God place students in front of you who need exactly what you carry, and may He give you wisdom to teach well. And I pray this, Abby, that the Lord will guard your heart, steady your steps, and keep your voice, both the one you sing with and the one you speak with, anchored in His truth. When you feel small, may He remind you that you are His. When you feel tired, may He refresh you. And when you feel unsure, may His presence be the clearest direction. Young lady, you have sparkled from the 4th grade until now, and we love you. Look around you. This is your night. We love you. Faith, I don't know how to start because I'm not ready to imagine this stage without you. For 16 shows, you have been woven into the life of this place. So much so that when I picture drama, 100 memories include you without even trying. And tonight, standing here, I keep thinking, how did the little, bashful, timid blondie, the one who wanted to disappear into the back row, become the one who would walk on stage and make a whole room feel it? I think about auditions, how scared you were every single time. You would come to me with that anxious look, and more than once you begged, can I just be in the ensemble? And Faith, you often were. But here is what I want you to hear with your whole heart. You didn't just survive the fear, you practiced courage. You showed up, you took the shaky first step anyway. That is the kind of strength that will carry you through every next chapter in your life. Get over here. You started on this stage when you were just an elementary student and just as sassy. You've been the cheerleader for all these little standing around you. Faith, you have given what someone once gave you, permission to be new, permission to be nervous, permission to try. If I could ask God for one selfish gift, it would be an instant replay, just to watch you grow up on this stage one more time. And it has been one of the sweetest things I've gotten to witness. You are worthy of the applause you received, Faith. You are worthy of every compliment that made you blush, every standing ovation that made you want to look at the floor. I know because I watched you. But the joy you brought to me, to Lindsay, and to this entire drama family can't be measured. Being your director has been an honor. I will carry for the rest of my life, but even more than that, being someone who loves Diet Coke, who got to love you, root for you, and watch you bloom has been a gift from God to me. So instead of simply saying goodbye, I want to leave you with a blessing. Words I hope you remember on the days you're excited, and especially on the days you're scared. May you never forget the girl you were when you first stepped on stage. Don't go backward, but to remember how far God brought you. When you feel small in a new room, may you remember you have done hard things before. You are not who fear says you are. You are who God says you are. May your life be full of people who see you the way you see others. My prayer for your Faith is that in those quiet, anxious moments, you will remember that God is with you, that in Him you find courage that doesn't depend on confidence and joy, doesn't depend on circumstances. I pray He will place the right people in your path. And when you have doubts about yourself, I pray you will be reminded that you are loved and treasured and by the God of the universe who delights in you every day. I love you. Bring me a Diet Coke.
I thought you won every day. every day this week. Where's mine?
Sam Majors. Oh, Sam. Where do I even begin? Did you know you are in an elite group of crew members I simply could not convince to join the cast? In 20 years of being the drama director, you are student number 3 who held the line. And honestly, your backstage antics have been a show all their own. I give you center stage. Sam, you bring so much joy to the people around you. Your smile is infectious, and your let's go attitude is downright contagious. You've been a hardworking crew member with a steady, positive spirit that makes the rest of us believe we can pull anything off. As a stage crew member, you've gone above and beyond the call of duty, always willing to take on whatever the set requires, always rising to the challenge of making our scene transitions look smooth, silent, and even mechanical. I am truly going to miss having you on this stage, Sam. My wish for you, Sam, is that you never forget how much you matter to the people around you. Even in the quiet places where no one is clapping, you have a gift for lifting the atmosphere just by being you. When you feel unseen or wonder if what you do makes a difference, I hope God gently reminds you that your steadiness, your kindness, your joy have left a mark on all of us. My wish is that life is kind to your heart, Sam. I hope you carry your big, bright spirit into every new season. And my prayer that God will keep your let's go spirit rooted in Him. May He open the right doors, surround you with good people, and teach you how to listen for His direction so you can run hard when it's time to run, rest well when it's time to rest, and live a life that points back to His goodness. I love you. Don't leave. Merlot Segrist. Merlot, it has been a joy to be your director. One of those gifts that came with a little ache in it because I can't help wishing I had gotten more time with you on this stage. I wish I could have had you here sooner, and I wish selfishly that I could keep you a little longer. You joined the cast of Beauty and the Beast as a freshman, and I saw right away your instinct, your presence, your ability to tell the truth in a moment. Then life asked you to step away for a season, but when you came back for Fiddler on the Roof, my heart honestly leaped. Some students return and need time to find their footing. You return like you never left, brave, steady, and ready to give the story everything you had. You have a rare gift, Merlot. You don't just memorize lines, you understand a scene. You catch the small, unique nuances that make the audience lean in. From the very first Fiddler on the Roof rehearsal, you understood the role of Hava, not as a part, but as a person. And when you brought her to life, you didn't just make the audience watch. You made them feel. That's why they were tears. Not just because the moment was dramatic, but because it was true. And while your role as Glinda in Wizard of Oz made us all sparkle, this semester becoming Margaret, and I don't use the word perfect lightly, but it has been exactly that. Night after night, I have sat right there in that office chair and wondered how someone so young could step into a character who carries so much weight and carry her with such tenderness. You didn't play Margaret's sadness like a costume. You honored it. You held it carefully. You let the audience see the heartache without ever turning it into something cheap. So I want to say this out loud in front of everyone. Thank you. Thank you for the hours you poured in when no one was watching. Thank you for using your energy and your emotions and your talent to help us not only hear a story, but to feel it in our bones. Merlot, I am so grateful God let our paths cross on this stage, even if it wasn't for as long as I wanted. You have left a mark here, not just because you performed well, but because you brought depth, intelligence, and sincerity. So here are the words I want to place in your hands as you go, like a letter you can unfold later on a hard day, and remember who you are. May you never shrink your gift to fit someone else's comfort. You were made to tell the truth beautifully, boldly, with compassion. I hope you keep choosing depth over easy applause, and that you keep honoring stories the way you always have. And the seasons that pull away from you, what you never make you doubt who you are. Life will have interruptions, detours, pauses, things you didn't plan. When that happens, I hope you remember that God is not wasting a single chapter. Merlot, my prayer for you is this, that you will walk into your next season with the quiet confidence of someone who knows God is already there, that he would keep you strong when you feel fragile and tender without ever letting this world harden you, and that he would place the right people around you. And when you're tempted to measure yourself by approval, my prayer is that you remember you are already fully seen, fully known, and deeply loved. I love you. Alan Euler. Alan, I cannot even begin to tell you how happy I have been to be your director. The truth is, I wish I could have had you on the stage longer, because from the moment you stepped into our drama family, you brought something that can't be taught: heart. You walked in with kindness, humility, and a steadiness that made rehearsals feel lighter just because you were there. You've been part of Beauty and the Beast, Fiddler on the Roof, and A Christmas Carol, and in every one of those shows, you didn't just play a part, you showed up ready to work, ready to encourage, and ready to give your best. And Alan, your role in Christmas Carol as Old Joe was awesome. You took a character that could have been just a quick scene and you made it unforgettable. You committed, you leaned into it. That's what storytelling looks like, when you're willing to disappear into the character instead of trying to make the character look like you. But the moment I will never forget is your fearlessness as a last-minute understudy this week, when you had to step in for the role of Clarence, your castmate, Michael, this week. Most people panic when the pressure hits. You didn't. You said yes, and you carried that responsibility with calm courage and a servant's heart, and that is the kind of person you are, the kind who protects the show, supports his people, and doesn't need attention to do the right thing. You have an amazing voice, Alan, and I hope you never take that gift lightly. But even more than your voice, you have this great big heart. You don't perform to be noticed, you perform it for the Lord. And that is why what you do feels different. Keep singing, not just on the stage, but with Dad. Keep singing in the car, in the quiet, in the hard seasons, in the joyful ones. Keep using what God put in you. Keep showing up the way you showed up for Michael. Life will hand you moments that are last minute and heavy, and people will be counting on you. I hope you will always stay brave enough to say yes when God calls you. Let your heart stay big. Don't let disappointments shrink you or success harden you. And what I pray for you, Alan, is this: that you will always know deep down that you are loved by God, led by God, and never alone. That the Lord would open the right doors at the right time and give you peace when the next step isn't clear. That your gift would keep making room for ministry. That your life, on stage or off, would keep pointing people back to Jesus. I am honored, and I love you. Congratulations on an amazing show. So Ian is not a full-time student here. He's homeschooled. I'm just thrilled that you chose us, because you have grown and been an asset to us. So I'm going to read this, but I promise I won't cry, okay? It's too late. Ian, the first time I met you was during the setup for Wizard of Oz. Specifically, the Yellow Brick Road was where we met. And the crazy part is, you weren't even officially on our crew yet. You just stepped in, took charge, and hung grass all the way around the Yellow Brick Road. And and acted like you had been promoted to crew captain of the Munchkin Land on day one. Last fall, you were a huge asset to the crew when we did a Christmas Carol on a thrust stage. Building a stage in the middle of the gym for every single rehearsal was, in the most loving way possible, completely insane. And yet, night after night, you and the crew tackled it like it was no big deal. Built it, make it safe, make it look good, take it down, again, like you were part of a professional touring company, except with fewer power tools and more teenagers. Being a homeschool student, only taking one class and trying to fit in among full-time students probably isn't easy. But Ian, I'm thankful you found your place here on the stage. You showed up with a calm confidence, a servant's heart, and a sincere desire to do things the right way. As your director, I've genuinely admired your pursuit of excellence because with you, it's never been about being flashy. It's about being faithful. What I've seen in you, Ian, is someone who doesn't just want to get the job done. You want to grow in character while you're doing it. And that matters because the older you get, the more you'll realize the real goal isn't perfection. It's becoming more like Christ. My wish for you, Ian, is that you'll keep choosing the way of Jesus, especially when no one is watching. May your integrity be quiet but unshakable. And may the Lord keep shaping you into a man whose words are honest, whose hands are helpful, and whose life points people to do what is good. I also wish that your get the job done right heart becomes a Christ-like, love people well heart. Excellent isn't a gift, but love is the goal. May God teach you to be patient when plans change, gentle when others struggle, and generous with grace, so the people around you feel strengthened and not measured. And I pray that God will make you more like Christ every year, humble, steady, courageous, and full of compassion. When you're tempted to carry everything in your own strength, may Jesus remind you that his yoke is easy and his burden is light. May the Holy Spirit guide your decisions, soften your heart, and give you peace that doesn't depend on circumstances. Thank you for just being an awesome guy, okay? We love you. Congratulations.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the class of 2026. Give them a round of applause.